Yes, as you can hear, it is yet again that time. Yes, yes. I think we are doing highly, and I mean truly sensitive triggers. It's really quiet. And this is completely raw sound. There's no noise reduction or artificial flavors being added. So we are welcome to, in fact, test a few different sounds tonight that typically we as little humans wouldn't have the luxury, the beautiful luxury of. Let me just take this Good. That last bit would be a little bit loud for these mics. I'm looking off from you and looking at your neck area. What a beautiful necklace you have on. Yes, because that's where my audio reader is. And, it'd be weird if I didn't nerd out for a second. So I'll tell you right now, it doesn't get old. Every time I see these spikes of audio from the simplest and most distant sound, there's a little bit of nerdy wonder that I simply cannot hide. I can't hide, I'm sorry. I can do it like this, or I could do it with the marker. But these are this genre of ASMR or ASMR or Arikadikamakadikidimar. People have different pronunciations apparently, and we welcome all of them except for ASMR. That sounds like an illness nobody should have. Okay. I'm losing track. And I'm gonna zone out a bunch of times throughout this video, just because I'm getting lost in it, so you'll have to forgive me. A little scratchy scratch, little scratchy scratch, little scratch. Okay. I love how some of these, I can barely hear. And then to you, your very, very sensitive ears, you hear it a little bit too well. Scratch. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and open this in a non-overpowering way. say. Okay. Let's spell it out together. I believe it goes A. Okay, so that's A. Should I try with my left hand? When I broke my wrist when I was younger, I learned how to write with my left hand. But of course, if you don't practice, you lose it. So let's see. A-S, A-S, and then you can add little squiggles here. And towards the corner. And it can just be whatever you're feeling it to be. Whatever you're feeling it to be. And I'm just gonna frame it a little bit better, you know. So I believe we were on, how do we want to do this? Let's just do a really, really cute little one. Little like that. And then I like when people put a dash there. I don't know why. You don't see it all the time. You really don't see it too often. But we can just draw this one here, and swoop it, bring it back to the middle. Okay, bring it back here, work it across, yeah, good. And then you could start off with something unexpected, something that doesn't really make sense, and then you can work it until it looks like the rest. Let's put the last letter. It's gonna go, and then I like to bridge them off a little bit like that, you know, and then something weird. What would be weird? I wish I was artistic. And then just dribble, just dribbled down, and then joined there. That we can add little details that you wouldn't really think about, but just little darkenings, and we can make the top bigger, give the A little bit of a hat. Yep. And then the S looks kind of lonely, like it needs one of those little quick dashes there. And then you could give it a little cheeky smile on each side. That looks a lot better to me. And I'll be selling this on eBay for exactly 5 kidney beans. If you or a loved one has 5 kidney beans, hit me up. I'll send this to you, and of course free shipping, because I'm not an animal. Come on. Very good sound. I totally forgot. I am so sorry. My deepest apologies. We have other items. I got so fixated on that first one. I hope you can forgive me. I really do hope. I have this guy. This is basically inaudible to me, to my ear. I can just barely make it out. I'm not putting any effort into it. What's that sound like? Let's give it a little bit more encouragement. Remember, we're still far from anything that could even closely resemble your ears. when the sensitivity is turned up so much. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. Just good. Very nice. I always love the smell of steel wool. That does not steal or do have stolen. That is the metal that this item has been made of. And it's just steel, really, really finely milled and wound into this shape you see before you. Of course, hasn't been used for anything other than ASMR purposes. And so yeah, it just smells really good. I'm sure we're gonna find out that it has some adverse side effects. Because there's probably some little scraps of metal I've been inhaling. But you know, what's evolution without a little bit of difficulty? You know, restrict the airway a bit. Never mind. This is my championship softball. And, you know, I remember that year we were really far behind. And, you know, I had a broken leg. And, yeah, I still went for the slide. Even though I shouldn't have. And that was the game-winning point that we needed. I'm of course joking. I used to play sports, but I never played softball or baseball. I played football. That was a good one. Played a little bit of hockey. Hey there, how's it going? We got some good maple syrup here too as well. I played dodgeball. I played teacups and triscuits. I honestly just really played football. Didn't care about anything else. Oh, and track and field. This I of course stole from an unsuspecting Airbnb. I didn't know how to tell you this, but I'm secretly a monster. I don't know what it is. I've shoplifted once before. It was a pack of gum. I wanted to fit in and look cool. Everybody else was doing it, and I was with them, so I just did it. But apart from that, I have no urge to steal. I just wanted a memory, and they had a bucket of like 100 of these. So I took it, and I don't regret it. I don't know what it is. It just seemed like something really cool. And it's worn, it has history. And yeah, I just wanted it. There's no explanation to the madness. Some pretty quiet tapping. I can barely hear it. It's so worn, in fact. This one being something I didn't steal. At least not from a stranger. This is just the family's squishy squish. I wonder if a little bit of green contrast would be better here. Once again, this is real quiet. Just chilling. I can barely hear it. Kind of sounds like bubbling water in the distance to me. Yeah. Excuse me. Sometimes my jaw locks up. I think I fixed it. You know what that means, right? Let's say it together. Temporomandibular joint dysfunction. I know, right? What can you do? It runs in the family. Scratch. What if I tried some gentle, I don't know, like not strictly mouth sounds, but something that would, I don't know, be a nice addition to it. So like a good trigger word, like pineapple on pizza, pineapple on pizza, or something like bubbly pastrami, bubbly pastrami, capricious Caroline, capricious Caroline. You know what? I'll give myself a little pat and rub on the belly for that one. I'm surprised. My stomach's pretty much sabotaged every single highly sensitive video that we've been a part of. And yeah, it's not doing it this time. To be honest, lately I haven't been experiencing much, if even any, stomach problems. And I've mentioned it a few times, but ever since I was a little kid, I always had some pretty chronic stomach problems. General, you know, you'd go to the doctor and be like, yeah, his stomach's not digesting like it's supposed to, and yada yada, but we don't know why. And I guess I've just finally found what works for me, what foods I shouldn't touch. I guess that did the trick. Hey, I got a question for you. There's something I've been struggling with lately, and it's how much I should talk in videos, and specifically how personal it should be. Because I don't know, my ASMR experience is always evolving, right? So it's changing. And I used to, and I guess I still do, I really like when people just ramble about themselves. I think that's one of the beautiful things that we can experience from the interwebs, is interacting and learning about somebody else through these interwebs around us. And I don't take that for granted. And I've always wanted to take part in that, even if I may not be honest, lately I've been really wanting to strictly focus on the ASMR. You know, I'm getting old. Papa PJ is ready to I don't know, to like roll up the microphones and give him a good rest. Don't worry, that's still a long ways away, but you know, I'm thinking like, how do I want to conclude the Sega? Do I want to be that guy who's like always talking about himself, or do I want to be the person who's, I don't know, really ASMR focused? And I think I want it to be ASMR focused. I've been listening to a lot more ASMR where people really just focus on the ASMR, and they talk about the ASMR, and they do the ASMR, and they excuse all the potential unwanted personal talk. I know, I guess I shouldn't be asking here. I'll make a poll somewhere, somehow. Maybe one day I'll find out. But that's just something I guess I did want to share with you. Let's see what else. I'm gonna take this out of a bucket, so you're gonna hear it. Lifting it out. I didn't want to be disruptive to you or our environment. This cozy place that we have been working on. Very good. Very good. I like when these individual fibers have a light shone through it. So let me try that. Typically the toy comes with it. And on. Oh, that's not as satisfying at all, isn't? Is it now? I don't think so. What about now? What about now? What about now? What about now? I don't know. Spooky, scary skeletons. Oh, I know it's not Halloween. What am I talking about? Let's turn that back off. Put it far, far away. And we can crank it up a bit. Just for a moment, we could go skippity, 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 yes, what a brush. The brush indeed. Oh, that's a little bit too loud. I'm sorry, I forgot where and what I was. Cowabunga, dude. That's such a good sound. Oh yes, the perfect metaphor of the human struggle. When the pages collapse, one by one. I was joking. They're just pages, bruh. Don't trip. Bro. $6.40. Taxes included. These are Canadian taxes, of course, though, so they're not real. Let's see. Can't show you that. Always double check that my name's not inside it. Okay, let's do some more fabric sounds. definitely shouldn't be able to hear me really now. I'm talking away from you and into a soft, soundproof fort. So if you hear me, that's a problem.